we have done till here. We have seen the projection of points, xy line. We have seen xy line. We have seen projection of lines. We have done this question, and we have done this question for line. Okay. So yesterday, while after leaving, I forgot to save. Okay, and I had to redraw this all again. Okay, this is the same that I draw yesterday. So I had to redraw. So to save yourself from this, just always press Control S. Once again, I turn on my screencast. Okay. Okay. So to save yourself from that, just always keep pressing Control S. Okay, to save your file at any point of time. Or instead of that, you can what you can do is, if you forget to save often, then you just type OP, option for options, and you will reach here. Okay, so here you can do some settings for AutoCAD. I'm going to show you how do you can set something to auto save. Okay, the files you will do the auto saving. Okay, so here you go to open and save. Here you will see an option called automatic save. If it's turned off in your system, then you can turn it on, and what time minutes between saves, like after every 10 minutes it will automatically save my file. Okay, so I have turned this on now. So now I don't need to worry about, like, if I forget to save. So you can do that. Okay, so we have done it here. Now next is projection of plane. So we were here. uh, so the question is, draw the projections of rectangular pentagon 25 mm side, having its side surface inclined at 30 degree to HP and the side parallel to HP and inclined at an angle of 60 degree to the VP. Okay, so let's collect some data here. Regular, it is a regular pentagon, so all the sides are equal and all the internal angles will be equal. And the internal angle of a regular pentagon is 108 degrees. Okay, and sides, it has given that side is 25 mm. Okay, and theta, we denote the angle of surface, angle made with HP. The surface is making an angle of 30 degrees, so we denote it by theta, and angle made with the VP is denoted by phi, so it is 60 degrees here. So let me show you in my camera. Okay, the situation. Hello, I hope you can see me now. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so mm, so here is my regular pentagon, and let me also display my question. Mm. So here is the question as well as me here. So this is my regular pentagon. They have given this side as 25 mm, and what they have given. Yes, it is a regular pentagon. So all these internal angles are 108 degrees. Okay, for a regular pentagon. And now consider me as VP, and consider this desktop where I am sitting as HP, horizontal plane. Okay, I am the VP and this is the HP. So it has given, whenever it is given that it is inclined to HP. Okay, so initial condition, you just assume that it is I am the VP and it is resting on HP. Okay, and it is given that a side is parallel to HP and it is inclined at an angle of 60 degree to the VP. So I am the VP. So there are two options to place this. Okay, if you consider this as a XY line, consider this as a XY line. Okay, this I am VP and this is HP. This is HP, I am VP, and this is the XY line. Okay, you see this boundary here. So this is the XY line. So there are two ways I can place it. I hope you can see my clearly uh, here. So there are two ways you can place it. First way is that this side is perpendicular to XY line. Okay, this side is perpendicular to xy line, or you can place it like this. Okay, this side now, there is no side here, so it is not perpendicular right now to HP. So how will I place it? It is said that this it is given that a side is parallel to HP and the side is inclined 60 degree to VP. So it is given that this side will be inclined later in 60 degree to VP. So we have to incline this side as 60 degree to VP. Okay, so that's why we will consider it like this and not this. Okay, you can see we will consider like this. Okay, when this side is perpendicular to the xy line. Okay, so this is the initial situation. Now I have assumed that this is resting on HP, so its true shape is visible from where? From top view or from front view? So from front view I will see a line on me, its projection will be a line. Okay, because this is a plane. Okay, plane has no thickness. So its projection on me on VP will be a line. On top view, I will see a regular pentagon of 25 sides and 108-degree internal angles. Okay, so that's why the true shape will be visible from the top only. So that's why we will start. We will also always start wherever the true shape we will see. If the true shape is in front view, then we will start from the front view. If the true shape is in top view, then we will start from the top view itself. Okay. So we are starting here from the top view. So we are clear with the datas, and now we will go to the AutoCAD and draw. Okay. Camera and showing you AutoCAD screen now. Okay. AutoCAD. Okay. So I am here at AutoCAD, and we have done question number one. I have marked it like this because I have to submit it in my exam. So question number one is here, and question number two is here. Later, I will also adjust it accordingly because I have to fit all the questions in one paper, one A4 size paper. Okay. So I have extracted this XY line, copied from here, and extracted it. So I just move it a bit below. Okay. So first I have to draw a pentagon of 25 sides, and it should be in the orientation like I showed you. The side should be perpendicular to the XY line. And since my pentagon is in first quadrant, so its top view will be below the XY line. Okay. Whenever the object is in first quadrant, the top view will be on in below the XY line and the front view will be above the XY line. Okay. So I will start creating my top view from here, and I will create a pentagon of 25 side, and its side is perpendicular to XY line. So let me create quickly. So I won't go here to polygon, okay, and enter 5, and because I don't know the actually I don't know the radius of this circle. Okay, what I want to draw. If I enter 25 here, then this will not give me a 25 pentagon. Okay, you can check alignment. You can check from dimensions. See, this is not 25 Okay, so I am not going to keep it. You can see my screencast here, I hope. So I will use the line tool to create my pentagon. So first, let me take some distance from here so that when I rotate it, it does not cross the XY line. Okay, so I am taking some distance from here and making a perpendicular line of 25 Okay, so this is my one side. Now what I do, I have to complete the pentagon. So the pentagon's internal angle we know 108 degree. You always have a calculator here. Okay, if you need. And turn off my ortho mode. Now I have to create an angle of 108 degree here from this side to this side, and I also want that this side should be 25 Okay, so I enter 25 back. Now angle. Okay, so 90 it has already covered. and reference is this. So after that, I need only 90 minus 100, 108 minus 90. Okay, so 18 degrees. So I will go 18 degrees. Okay, done. Okay, so this is 108 degree. You can check this and this 108. Okay, now for this side also, I will do the same thing. I will draw a 25 line at an angle of 18 degrees. Okay, why I am doing 18? Because 90 is this and 18 is this, so total is 108. Now, after that, I also want 108 degree here, 108 degree here, and 25 and 25 to complete my pentagon. Okay, so what I do is I will create an arc here. Now, what I know here is I know the center and I don't know the start here. Okay, I know center, start, which option, and so let's see which option works. Okay, yeah, same option. Center, start, center, and center. The arc should start from here. Center, okay. Center, start, and end. Okay. So we know the center. We have to start the arc from here. Of what radius? 25 radius. So I type 25, enter. And now I know the angle. So press control if this happens. Okay. If this goes opposite sides, press control. Keep press control and draw the arc. Okay. So here you have a 25 arc from here. Now you draw a 25 arc from here as well. I hope you do the same in your copy as well. So this is the center, and 25 is my radius of arc, and you draw this arc here. Okay, so we have got the intersection point, so it is easier now. We can just simply join it. Join it. This is 25. See, it is showing. Okay, and do zoom in to check if you have correctly picked the point. So here. Okay, now delete the unnecessary things. I don't need these arc in my figure. Okay. So my pentagon is done. You can check the dimension if you are not, if you are confused, see 25, and you can also check this angle, see 108. Okay, so my pentagon is complete. This is how you will draw a pentagon here. Now I am going to extend this line a bit because I don't think it is going to fit. So ortho mode, and you know this stretch shortcut and escape. Okay, so now mark the dimensions. Mark this as 25. No need to show, it is not required to show the angle here. Only this dimension is enough. And move it a bit down, because later stage I am going to rotate it, you know, right? After later stage I am going to rotate it, so it happens that this side might go above xy, and we don't want that. Now after this, just start doing the marking of this. So it is in the top view, we will be not using dash, and we will be using small letters. Okay, so this I am marking as a, and I am copying it only, and I copy it, and this I also want to mark, and turn off the ortho. This, this, and this. Okay, so this is my B. I'm showing all the steps so that you can see. You have to be quick in the exam because the time is less. I think it is around 2 hours only. You will be given to solve around 4 to 5 questions in the end term, 2.5 hours maximum. Okay, so you can see that. So this is A, B, C, D. This is in the top view. I am not using dash. Okay, remember that. Now what you need to do, corresponding to the top view, you have to draw the front view. Okay, because two shape was in the, that's why I drew the top view first. Now I have to see what is the front view. So what I do, I will take projections from here, projection from here, and projection from here. Turn on the ortho mode so that you don't. Okay, yes, yes. Okay. And this C point also, if I take it, is directly above this E. So I don't need to draw straight lines projection from here to there. Okay. After I am done, now this is my projection that I was talking about on me, on VP. Okay. On VP, it will be a straight line. Okay. That was I was talking about. So this is the straight line I was talking about. Okay. Now I have drawn this line. This is the corresponding front view. Okay. Now, what I do is I create points here. Yesterday I told you how to define points. See, it is taking the same settings. View, enter, view, enter. Okay. Keep saving your file. Okay. So this is done. Now I have 2 points on this A and B, and this is in the front, so I will be showing it by A dash B dash. Okay, so just copy this only, and place it here, and turn off my ortho mode. Here also we have 2 points, E and C, and here we have 1 point only, that is D. Okay, so but this is A and this is B. We have 2 points overlapping here. That's why I'm going like this. This is B dash. This is A dash. Okay, this is E dash. This is what? This is C dash, and this is B dash. Okay, so this is my front view. Now you must be wondering why I have drawn this point. Now you will see why. Okay, okay. So now what? It is given that I forgot the question. Its surface is inclined at 30 degree to HP. Okay, its surface is inclined at 30 degree to HP. Now I am going to rotate this pentagon 30 degree with respect to HP. So any angle that is being okay, any angle that is being created with the HP will be shown in which view. You can reply in chat box so that I can see that if you are interactive or not. Any angle or any length that is measured from HP will be seen in which view? Front view or top view? Oh, there is some issue. My chats are not loading. Vivek, am I audible? Hello. Anyone can reply? Okay, my chats are not on. Okay, right. Exactly. It will be in the front view. Any angle or any distance measured from the HP will be shown in the front view. So where should I draw this 30-degree angle? I should be showing this 30 degree in the front view. So this line should be rotated by 30 degree. After that, I will take projection from here and here to get the corresponding top view. Okay. So I just copy it here. CO and turn on the ortho mode. Okay, and place it a bit here. Okay. Now I am going to rotate it. You see, I have taken the points without taking the lines. That's why I do the points. Otherwise, I had to mark the arcs. Okay, that is quite not good. Okay, that's why I have taken the points. So this is a trick you can remember. So now I have to rotate it. Aru, enter. Specifying the base point as this. I have to first turn off the ortho. Now I have to rotate by what angle? 30. Okay. Now you have to show here that you have rotated by what angle so that the examiner knows. Okay. So this is 30 degree and right. Okay. So this is 30 degree. Now I want corresponding top view of this inclined with HP. This line inclined with HP. I want corresponding top view. So I will draw projection from here. You all know about this. I am just revising it. Okay. And just zoom in to see if you have matched the correct. Sometimes it happens you draw the line from here and it gets the whole question wrong. Okay. Means your last calculations will be wrong. I'm turning on ortho from here only because my keyboard is okay. I am taking the projections, zoom to check if I'm using the correct point. Okay, I have taken all the lines projection and I will take the projection from here. Here, here. You can also use X line. Okay, I am not using X line because I don't like much trimming. Okay, you can use X line. Okay, I will show you how. Use Excel for X line and here. Okay, this after that you have to PR enter trim and trim. Okay, you can use it if you want similar thing. Okay, and from C here. Now I have matched this. Now I have to do nothing. This is the most fun part. You have to just match the corresponding like A dash line is this and A point is this. B dash line is also this, but B point is this. So you have mark point. You have to mark points here. Okay. So I will just choose PO and A dash is this corresponding to this A is here. So I just mark point here PO. Now I am using spacebar to repeat my previous command that was point repeating. So okay, I press spacebar. You see nothing is here. Okay. Now B dash is here and B is here. Here PO. And now C is here and find where is C dash. Here on this line C dash is here and we have to match it. And here D and D dash is here on this line. So we have to match D dash here. And E is here and E dash is here. So I have to match this. Okay. Now nothing you have to do. You have to just join these. And first, before joining, just name them so that you won't get confused. So this is in the top view. So I will be not using dash. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to place it here. This was my A point. Okay. Now I'm going to copy it. I should have copied it only. I'm turning off ortho. Okay. This is B. This is C. This is D. And this is E point. I will rename them quickly, as quickly as possible. This is B, and this is C. This is D, and this is my E. Okay. Now join. Okay. Now join. Don't join earlier because you will start joining like this: A to E, D. Okay. My figure is like this. You will see what happens if you join like that later when you will reach to circle, collection of circles. Okay, so join like this to A. Now what is the difference between this top view and this top view? This is a little bit compressed. This is not on our regular pentagon. This is a bit compressed pentagon. And okay, why it is compressed? Because as you see, when you rotate it, like when I have rotated this as this 30-degree above, so you will see its projection of course will be shrink. Okay, so that's why it is happening. Okay, now what you need to do, I have marked these points. Why I have marked this, you know, because I will be copying it here again and now I will be extending this line. Okay, a bit because I think I need more space. Okay, now I want like first let me read the question. It has given that it is inclined at an angle of 60 degree to the VP. Now I want to give the angle to VP. So any angle given with respect to VP will be seen in top view. Okay. Any angle given with respect to HP is seen in front view, and any angle given with respect to VP is seen in top view. Here we have first quadrant, so top view is in here below XY line. So I will be showing 60-degree angle with of this side. Okay, that's why I have kept it perpendicular, right? You remember. So I am making a line here, just a random length line, just a bit longer, and that will be at an angle of 60. Okay. Oh, sorry, not length. Okay. Repeat again. I want to create a line here that is of random length and tab and angle is 60. So you can check this line is at an angle of 60 degree with the VP. That is with the XY line. Okay. Now what you do, you just copy this. Just see if you have copied everything. I am not doing the right selection here. Don't do the right selection. Okay. Do the blue selection. Don't do the green selection. Why? Let me show you. If you do the green selection, you will end up selecting all these lines and you will take these all, okay, with you. So you don't want that. So do the blue selection. What is blue selection? Everything that is inside the selection will be get selected only. Okay. So this is the blue selection, and I just copy it from CO, enter, and specify the base point as this. Okay. And I will just keep it a bit like so that after rotating it does not cross the XY line. Okay. So just zoom in wherever you see nearest here. Okay. So it has placed. Okay. Now I will select it again because I want to rotate it accordingly. Just make sure you have selected everything. Okay. Now I want to rotate it by what angle? How much angle should I rotate it? I want to rotate it here anti-clockwise. It should be positive. And how much? This is 60. So this should be 30. I should be rotating it by 30. Yeah. Okay. See. Now it is actually at an angle of 60 degree with the VP. Okay. Now this is my top view. Okay. Now I want the corresponding final front view. Okay. After all the rotations, now I want the corresponding final front view. So now I am taking the projections. You know about this, right? Okay, that's the F8. Unless you are very experienced. And do zoom in to see if you are selecting the correct point. See. And take the projections. Take the projections. From here as well. Similar steps like we did for the top view, corresponding top view, we are doing now for corresponding front view. Okay. You see, whenever I go here, it will show me a rectangle. Okay, so make sure it is rectangle. Okay. And whenever I am on the line, it will show like this. This is nearest. Okay, so make sure this is like this. Now the fun part, I have to just name these. So it is in the front view, so I have to use dashes. So I will use this one, not this. This is inclined a bit. I will use this. I copy this. I will copy this. Now find the A point. A line is this here, and A dash line is this. Oh, I'm sorry. From here you have to see A dash line is this. So mark this. First I mark the points. I'm sorry. A is this. So I mark the point. This one will be 1 point. Now next point B. B line is this. So this one will be my next point. Spacebar to repeat the previous command. E and E dash. So this will be my E point. C and C dash. This will be my C point. Just zoom in, zoom in. This is my C point, not this. D and D dash. Okay, D and D dash. This is D dash line, and this outer one is D line. So this is my D dash, not this. Okay. Now I have done the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points are done. Pentagon. So now I am going to join it first. Before that, name them so that you join in the correct order. Okay. Name this. This was my A dash point. Okay. This is my B dash point. This is my E dash point. This is my C dash point, and this is my D dash point. Simple. Okay. This was my B dash point. Oh, B, B dash. This was my E dash point. This was my C dash point, and this is my D dash point. You have to be more fast than this in your exam because I am explaining as well. So make sure. Okay. Now connect A dash, then comes B dash. Don't join this. Okay. The point is here. You see? Okay. Here. B dash. Next is C dash. The point is not here. The point is here. C dash. Next is D dash. The point is not here. The point is here. D dash. And E dash. The point is not here. The point is here. E dash. And next E dash after that. Close it to C endpoint. Okay. So this is my corresponding final front view. This is my corresponding final top view. Now what I need to do, I need to bold it. Just bold it. Bold only this. And also, oh, I'm sorry, I pressed escape. Just select these lines. And okay, bold. What line I selected? Okay, if you want to invert the selection, whatever, if you have selected this by mistake, so press shift and then press the line that you don't want to select. Okay, deselect. Okay, to deselect. To select, press left click. To deselect, press shift and left click. Okay, here. Now I want to bold this line weight a bit thicker. So this is my final corresponding this. Now I am going to clean my screen. Okay, this is looking very weird. Okay, so I am going to clean it. PR, enter. You know why I press two enters? To do it quickly. I am doing the right selection here. I want to trim this. Oh, it is point. I want to trim this. I want to trim these lines. I want to trim this, these, these. Okay, these are trimmed. Now all these projection lines, whatever I have taken, I am going to turn these into some other line type. Okay, so that they are differentiable. I am just selecting these projection lines only. I think I am done with projection lines. Okay. Now I am going to change this to, you remember I selected these lines yesterday. That's why I selected. So you can show it by dot dot projection lines, or you can show it by dash. Okay. Dash looks like similar to bilayer. I am going to choose dot dot. But sometimes it happens that printer, whenever you are printing, it might not be of good quality, so your dot lines are not visible. So in that case, be careful. Okay, I am used printer here. You can make these line bold if your printer doesn't work well. Not much bold. Just bold are enough. Okay, I hope you understand. So now, if you have any doubt, you can ask. I hope you have understood this better. Any doubts? This is our final view. Am I audible? Okay, continuing. So this was my question number 3. So I will just copy paste this question number. CO, enter, and copy, and here I'm going to place it somewhere where I should place it. Question number 3. And I'm going to select this whole. See, everything is not selected. I'm doing the right selection to make sure everything is selected. Moving it here. This is looking too bold. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, Okay, fine, done. So this gives you full marks for this after you do this. So I have also drawn here earlier. Now comes projection of solids. Only two parts are left. Projection of solid. Okay. So the question is, draw the projection of a pentagonal prism base 25 mm side and axis 50 mm long, resting on one of its rectangular faces on HP, with axis inclined 45 degree to the V. Okay. So I will turn on my camera to show you the model of pentagon. Boom, boom. So here is my cushion and here is my camera. You can see me, right? Yes. So here is the pentagon, pentagonal prism. You can see pentagonal prism. Okay, this is the pentagonal prism. Oh, the other side is missing because I took it for plane. Okay, so it is solid. Okay, assume it's solid. Okay, so this is the pentagonal prism, and it is given that we have to draw its projection, and its base is 25 mm side. So this is given 25 mm, just like the previous case. Okay, and its axis is 50 mm long. So what is axis here? The center distance from this face, one face of pentagon to another face of pentagon. This is missing. You can paste it here. Okay, other face of pentagon. This distance is 50 mm. This distance, any length you can side, any side length. This is 50. Okay, and it is resting on one of its rectangular faces on HP. So where are rectangular faces on this prism? So these are the rectangular faces. Okay, you can see the rectangular face. This is a pentagonal face. This is a rectangular face. So it is given that it is resting on one of this rectangular face and not like this. So it is not resting on VP on HP like this. Okay, it is resting on HP like this. Okay. Resting on one of its rectangular face with axis inclined at 45 degree to VP. Okay. So I have assumed it. It is resting on my HP. Okay, like this. Okay. So if it is resting on HP, so its true shape will be visible in which view? You can reply. If it is resting like this, I am the VP, this is the HP, so its true shape will be visible from the front view or the top view. Hello. You can reply, guys. It's okay. I'm moving on. Its true shape will be visible from the front view only because this is the prism. If you see from the top, it will be seen like a rectangle. Okay. If you see from the front, it will be a prism of actual side 25. Okay. So true shape will be visible from this. So I will start making the diagram from front view. Previous case, I started from top view because true shape was visible from top view. Now I am starting from the front view. So front view, this is first quadrant. So I front view will be above XY line and top view will be below XY line. Okay. So now I start. Okay. And I have also given the formula here for sum of interior angles of any polygon. This is n minus 2 into 180. So we have five sides here. So this comes out to 540 and 540 divided by 3 is 108. So these are the internal angles of pentagon. Okay. So let's draw. And I take the XY line here. XY. Where is my Y? I lost my Y. Okay. Here. XY. I'm taking it from here. Better. Yes, yes. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Vivek. Yes. So I'm just copying the XY line again. I don't want to create it again and again. So I take it here somewhere. XY line. So I enlarge it a bit, pressing F8 for ortho mode and stretch it. Now I need to create the front view first. So similar procedure for this pentagon that I used. Okay, you have to draw the pentagon. It is resting on HP, so it will be 25 mm here, and 25 mm here, and 25 mm here, and here. You have to create two arcs. Okay, so similar method. I am going to use a shortcut because we have less time here. So I am just going to copy this because it is already drawn. I don't want to waste my time. Okay, so copy this. This is similar 25 mm and F8. Okay, and I am going to place it here. Remember the use of move tool. Okay, this is how it's used. Select it and rotate it by 90 degree. Uh, 90, and you have to select it again, I guess. Okay, here. This is my front view. Okay, you know the steps, right? How to draw this pentagon. Don't use the pentagon here from here polygon. Okay, draw using line tools. Okay, then you will be able to draw quickly and by arcs you know how to do. Okay, now this is 25 mm side. I will show it here hand to hand only so that I won't forget the dimensions later. Here 25. Now this is in the front view. I will be marking these as A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. Now the this is solid. Okay, this is not this like this pentagon plane. Okay, it has two. It will be coinciding two faces here. Okay, one is the front and one is the back side. Okay, and in the middle there is 50 mm long length. Okay, so what I do is I will mark outside as which will be visible in the front, and inside I will be marking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, which will be visible behind. Okay, after 50 mm. So here you will see what I want to explain here. This is in the top view, so I will take A dash here. Copy A dash. This is my A dash. Okay, A dash. Now just copy it and place it all there, everywhere. A dash. This is B dash. This is C dash. This is D dash, and this is E dash. Okay, A B dash. This is my C dash. This is my D dash. This is my E dash. Okay, so here it is my pentagon, and also I want to mark the behind, so I want to mark 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here is my 1 dash. I just want to copy it. And 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash. You know now why this is 2 I am showing, because this is a solid object. Okay, it has thickness also. So behind 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash I am taking. So 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, and 5 dash. Okay, so this is it. Now you have to do nothing. You have to draw the corresponding top view. So corresponding top view will be a rectangle. Okay, if you see this pentagon from the top, it will be a rectangle. So for corresponding top view, I will be taking projection lines here. So just take the projection lines. Perpendicular lines you have to take. So press F8. Okay. Zoom in, zoom in. Okay. So after this, the corresponding front top view is a rectangle. Okay. So I am drawing a rectangle here. I will take some offset here so that when I rotate, offset means you know na offset. I am taking some distance from this XY line to start making my top view. That is the offset distance. Okay. So I'm taking some offset here so that when I rotate this, because there's some angle given with VP, and any angle given with VP will be seen in the top view only. So I will rotate this, okay, not this. This is the front view. So 45 degree it is given in the question. You see here, 45 degree the axis is inclined with the VP. And where is its axis? This will be the axis. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So I take some offset here of 20, say 20 mm. Okay. And after 20 mm, I will start drawing my top view. So here is my top view, and the top view is how much long? Why? How much long will be the top view? Since the prism is 50 mm long, so the top view will be 50 mm only. So 50 mm. I'm going to do some quickly here because next is section of solid. So this is my top view. I am done with the top view. I am going to a bit. Okay, leave it. You don't need to highlight anything. Just enter. Okay, double enter. EX, enter, enter. See, these are connected now. And this is outside, so I will trim. TR, enter, enter, trim. Okay, so it's done. Now I have to just name these. So this is in the top view. I will not use dash. I will take somewhere, copy here, A. So this A was actually, turn off my ortho mode. This A was actually here. Now you will understand why I draw like this. So this A was here, and this one will be here. One. Okay. And A is here, and B is here, and C we have E here, E, C, and D. We don't have any overlapping here. This is B, this is E, this is C, and this is D. You can confirm. This is A, this is B line, this is E line, this is C line, and this is D line. Okay, here. And you have to show this dimension also. This is how much long? 50 mm long. Okay. My units are in mm. I have told you how to set the units yesterday. Okay. So now the axis I am going to show with a different line. Okay. I am going to use okay, dash. This is my axis line. Oh, sorry, not this. For axis, I am using dash dot. Okay. And for hidden lines, this line is not visible actually. This line, this is not visible from the top actually. Okay. So I am using dash dash. Hidden lines. Okay. For hidden lines, you can use dash dash. Okay. Now what I need to do? Simple. First, because when I copy, I have to copy this and I have to rotate it by 45 degree with TP. So I will just create a line like in previous method, random length. It should be a bit longer, but you can trim it later and it should be at an angle of 45. Okay, right. So you can check this. This is actually 45 only. Okay, now what you do? Okay, I am not done with the dimensions yet. Copy this and paste it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I hope you understand that. This is 1, this is 2, this is 5, this is 4, oh, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, corresponding to this 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now you got it, right? Now I am going to mark the points here because I don't want to lose these points when I copy and paste. So I am just going to mark this. I'm pressing spacebar here, so nothing is shown in the keystrokes. So that means I am pressing spacebar. Repeat my previous command. Okay, now it's done. Now I want to copy this. Simple. Quickly copy this and move it. Move it. Oh, not move it. Sorry. Simply copy this and from base point and place it here nearest. Here. Now I can assume, I can see that it will not, it will intersect after when I rotate it from here. This is going to be above. I don't want that. So I just move it a bit below. Move it a bit below. Okay. Now I can rotate it easily. So I can rotate it by how much angle? Simple here it is 45 only. Angle 45. See, see it has intersected almost. So let me press Ctrl Z again. I will take it a bit down for clear. Okay, now I am going to rotate it, R and rotate it by 45. Done. Okay, this angle is 45. Y is here. This angle is actually 45. Okay, and don't forget to save your file. I'm going to extend my XY line now. And now you all know what I will do. I want the corresponding what? Front view. I want the okay. I want the corresponding front view. So for that, quickly let me create construction lines. Okay, I am using now construction line to save time. Excel and auto mode. One, escape. Repeat previous command. Two, see, you can see here when I was doing this, it was showing me midpoint, and you have to select this one. Uh, this circle one. Yes. Okay. So be careful, or you will end up with the wrong dimensions. Someone was asking earlier, what is the use of X line? So this is the use of X line. You can see my keystrokes here. I'm not speaking right now. Okay, so it's done. That's too many lines. Okay, we will delete it later. Now I want to take projections from here as well, and I'm not going to use X line. Now I will show by using lines. Simple, perpendicular lines we have. Okay, we want to draw this. We want to draw this. Now the most easy part. First trim it because it is looking very not good to me. You can trim it like this. Okay. So I took all the projections. Now the first point, mark the points. So corresponding to 1, we have 1 dash where, here. 1. Corresponding to 2, we have 2 dash here. Corresponding to 5, we have 5 dash here. Corresponding to 3, we have 3 dash here. Corresponding to 4, we have 4 dash here. Okay. Now corresponding to A, we have A dash here. Where, here. Corresponding to B, we have B dash here. Corresponding to E, we have E dash above. E, corresponding to E, we have E dash here. Corresponding to C, just check always that you are on the correct line. Corresponding to C, you have C dash here. Corresponding to B, you have D dash here. Now you are done. You have to just now name it. Okay, it is in the front view, so I am going to use 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash. I'm going to copy this 1 dash, save my time, and press the F8. 1 dash and 2 dash is where? Here. 2 dash, 3 dash is where? 3 dash, 4 dash, and 5 dash. 1 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, and we have A this. Okay, I hope you are done here. Now we have A dash, B dash, C dash. We have to mark. We have A dash, we have B dash, we have C dash, we have D dash, and we have E dash. That's going a bit fast here because we have already repeated it several times. Dash, B dash, form it from down below. Once you have practiced a lot, you will be able to do it without seeing as well. See? Okay. Now what I do is I just change these line types, select it from light selection so that I get to select correct lines here. Here, the collection lines are here. Okay, I'm going to turn these two. You guessed it right by layer. And I'm going to increase the thickness so that you can see it. You can see it, right? Okay. So TR, enter, just doing some cleaning here. 5 dash is not visible clearly here. Now you have to do nothing. You have to just join. Change the line type to by layer. You have to just start joining. 1 with 2, with 3, with 4, with 5, and with 6. Oh, with 1 back. Here same. A with B, with C, with D, with E, and with E. Okay. Now what you need to do, you have to join these to make the complete prism. This is not okay. This is you can imagine. You can start to imagine what it actually is. Okay. I'm just joining 2 with B and 3 with C or C with 3, D dash with 4, 4 dash, 4, 4 dash. Okay, so this is my done. Okay, so here is the point. This, this, and this line is not visible. Actually, it is behind. Okay, so I am going to change it type to dash. Okay, this should be shown with dash. And the rest lines I am going to bold because this is my final. There is no angle with the horizontal, so this is my final front view. Okay, so I'm going to bold the rest of the lines that are visible, that will be visible. These are visible lines. Just bold them and you will see a prism that is like that. Okay, see, it is a prism that is at an angle of 45-degree with the VP. Okay, so this is its front view and this is its top view, right? Top view I want to highlight, you can highlight it. It is a nice practice to highlight things. Okay, yeah. Now save my file. So it's done. My question number 4. Uh, CO. This is my question number 4. Now, if anyone have doubt, they can ask. No, I'm continuing then. So section of solid. The last topic of your workshop. So we have a question, section of solid. A cylinder 40 diameter and 60 length. Cylinder is like it has a circle and its length. Okay, cylinder you all know. 60 length and it having its axis vertical is cut by a section plane perpendicular to VP. It is inclined at 45 degree to the HP and intersecting axis is 42 above the base. So we have to draw its front view, its sectional top view, its sectional side view, and true shape of the section. So let me show you how to draw these things. First, let me show you the prism model. So here is our question. You can see question. Hello. Right. Vivek,
Your video is not on. Ayush.
audio is audible now.
Yes, yes.
Uh, I've done. Okay, so see here, this is my cylinder. Oh, it is mirror image. I don't know how to see. Okay, this is cylinder. Okay, and what it is given is it has 40 diameter. Okay, the diameter is 40, and the length is 60. What is the length? Axis. This center to center distance from one face to another. This is the axis. Okay, so this distance to this distance. This is 60 and having its axis vertical. So this is the axis, center to center, the axis will pass of the cylinder and it is vertical. So it is saying that my object is kept on horizontal plane and its axis is vertical, means perpendicular to the HP. Okay, so it is like this. I am again VP and this is my HP. Okay, so assume like that. So it is said that it is cut by a section plane perpendicular to VP. So section plane is perpendicular to VP. So my section plane will be uh, like say this. This is my section plane. Okay. Let me reduce this. Okay. This is my section plane. Okay. This is my section plane, and this is perpendicular to VP. So this will always remain perpendicular to me. Okay. This is always remain perpendicular to me. Okay. So it is saying that this section is cutting this cylinder. Okay, cutting this cylinder at an at a distance of 32 from the base. So 32 where it is 32 it is saying 32 on the axis. So it has an axis. Assume that this is its axis. Okay, so I remove the cylinder. This is the axis of cylinder. So wherever this section is cutting this axis, this distance is 32 from the base. Okay, I hope you understand this now. So this is only the question, and we have to draw its front view. There is no rotation. Okay, and this axis is 40. I mean, this angle is 45. Right. So now let's draw its projections quickly. So I hope you can see my screen. Right, Vivek? Okay, copy and paste. I am again taking my XY line here somewhere. Okay, turn on the ortho. I'm not using my keyboard. You should use F8, okay, for ortho, because my F8 has camera also. I don't know why. Is there some doubt? Okay, so that's why I am not using that. So let me do it a little bit below. So now, what the question was: a cylinder 40 diameter, 60 length, and having its axis. So all right, I forgot to explain one thing, that cylinder is on HP. So its two shape will be visible from top view or front view. Okay, I am giving answer to myself only. Its two shape will be visible on the top view. Okay, why? Because it is on HP, so the circle is of 40 diameter will be visible from top view. So its true shape is top view. So I will by start by making the top view first. So top view is a circle, and that circle has a diameter of 40. So I choose center diameter and make a circle of 40. See, easy. Now, uh, here is some problem. Okay, earlier whenever we draw the projections, we have like points from where we used to take the projections. Like here also, we have some points here. You can see. But on circle, where are the points? Circle is indefinite. Okay, so has indefinite points. Okay, so you need to define the points as well here. Okay, by yourself. The more you define the points, the more accurate your result will be. Usually, you take 8 points. You define 8 points. So for that, I am going to first define a point like this. Make a perpendicular line, and what is the sign of this? This sign you see here is quadrant. Okay, you diamond this quadrant. Okay, how is this coming? I have turned it on my snap. See quadrants. This is turned. I've turned on these all. So you also turn on. Now what I do is I want this here to define 8 points. Okay, total. So what should I use? Polar array. Okay, right. I hope you were thinking the same. So polar array I will use here and I'll specify the center point as this C. Okay. Now how many items I wanted? 8 items. Simple. Okay. Right. So this is it. That's why I said not all the things are important here. Also, one thing I forgot to explain here. Whenever you click on the polar array, this setting comes. Okay. Now, if you want to do that, these should work individually. These lines should work individually. Okay. You just click on it and explode it. Simple. Okay. These are now individual. So no one can tell if you have drawn this like from polar array or you have drawn it like from measurements. Okay. Yes. You can again join it, but it will not be back to array again. Okay. So please make sure that you will not be able to edit the array now because this is not array anymore. Now simple. I will now mark A dash B A B C D E F G H. How many points are there? 8. And then we will mark 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, like that. You will see why soon. So I am telling this as A point. Okay. This is the last topic, so please don't leave. Okay, this is important also. Section. I always had issues with section, and when I was in first year. Okay. So here I have marked these points. This is A, this is B, quickly doing B, C, this is D, this is E, this is F. H point should be there, G, and H. Okay, H. Done. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can copy it only and edit it. Wait, not. I will take another text only. One, copy now this one everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also compare if you have solved these questions in your CAD copy, in your classwork, or in your midterm exam, anywhere. Okay. So you can also compare these diagrams. You will feel the diagrams. Okay. Now, what they actually mean. So I have done with the dimension, this and also dimension also. I want to show its diameter because I have done this with diameter. So this diameter is 40. Okay. Remember, this is the diameter line. So I am not going to take projection from this. Okay. So don't be confused here. So now I want its corresponding top view. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the top view only. I want its corresponding front view. Front view will be a rectangle. Okay, you know right why it is a rectangle, because the cylinder will be seen as a rectangle in the front view. The projection of a cylinder will be seen as a rectangle in the front view. So what you do is you just take projections from here because it is resting on base. So the front view will start from here only. So I am going to take the projections. Just zoom in to check if you are on the correct point and turn on ortho to ensure that you are perpendicular. I am choosing line. I can also press line tool. I can also press L on the keyboard to quickly get the line, or I can also press space bar to repeat my previous command, that is line. Okay, here, done. Now what I do, I will start creating a front view that will be a rectangle. How much long this? It is 60 mm of length, so 60 mm long this rectangle will be. Okay, uh, I am making a rectangle of 60 mm length. 60 and 60 and here. So this is the corresponding front view. Now I want to extend these lines here. So what I do, EX, enter, enter, select these, hit done. Okay, now I want to name them. It is in the front view, so it should be A dash, B dash, C dash. I am going to shift my XY line a bit here. You will see why. Okay. So what I need to do here is A dash, B dash, C dash. So copy this, paste it here, A dash. If I press escape, then it will ask, multiline will ask that do you want to save your changes? So I press yes, it is the same command. Okay. So this is here at this point, I turn off the ortho bus. Uh, we have B and H all. Okay. So we have B dash and H dash here. We have C and G here. So we have C dash and G dash here. We have D and F here. So we have D dash and F dash here. So we have E here. So we have E dash here. Okay. So we have what points? G, B, and H. So I'll mark it as B quickly. This is H quickly. Okay, this outer part is above, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is below. Okay, so I should mark these dimensions A, B, C, D here. Okay, I'm sorry for this. Okay, so I just move them. Simple. First, I rename them also. G and C. So we have G dash. So you have to note that where you have to mark these letters, okay? Otherwise, it will create some mistakes that you won't be able to correct at the end of the exam, okay? When you have only there is a mistake. Dash, D dash. So I select these, not whole. I need to select this and I don't want to select this, so I press shift and this. Now I want to move these dimensions here. These are my A dash, B dash, C dash. Now similarly, I want these, so I will follow the same approach here. I will copy them and place it here again and name them as 1 dash, and this was actually 2 and 8. So we have 2 dash and 8 dash, and we have next 3 and 7. So we have 3 dash and we have 7 dash, and we have next D and 4 and 6. So we have 4 dash and we have 6 dash, and we have next 5. Okay, here only it is 5, 5 dash. So my front view is done. Mark the dimensions here. Linear dimension, linear dimension till here. Okay. See, there was some mistake. I choose it as from here by mistake. And some quickness. See, this is wrong. Okay. So just zoom in till you find the correct point here. Okay, from here to here. This should be 60. Okay, right. So you can see the mistakes also. Common mistakes everyone do. Okay. So this is my axis. So I'm going to mark it as dash. And these are my, okay, everything else is visible. This is my axis. Okay. Now what? The question is, we are done with the front view and top view. Okay. Now it is the question that there is a section plane that is perpendicular to VP. I showed you the section plane, my calculator. Okay, it is inclined at 45 degree to HP and intersecting axis at 32 mm above the base. So this will be 32 mm above the base and at an angle of 45 degree with the HP. So this is my section plane. So what I do is I mark this linear dimension here. You can create a line also, but I don't want to duplicate. So I mark this linear dimension here, 32 mm. This is my point of intersection of section plane with the axis of my cylinder. Okay. Now what you do, you create the axis. For axis, I am using X line. Excel. I am specifying this point. Just note this node. Okay. Now turn off the ortho and I will press tab for an angle of 45 degrees. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You can create like this also. There is no restriction. Then your section view will be here and this here. Okay. But I wanted it like this, so I will choose the angle method here. Okay, I'm sorry. Excel, Excel. No. With an angle of minus 30. Now it is working. So we have to click minus 45. Minus 45. Okay. So this is my section plane. I want to trim it also. So I just draw a line here. I just draw a line here also. Why I'm doing this? So TR, well, okay, this is cutting my this also. Okay, TR, enter. TR, enter. Okay, I have separated it so that I can delete it because it is crossing my this, so it will not trim. You see that? Okay. That's why I draw these two lines. Here I can trim easily. This and this. This I can delete. This I can delete. This is my section line. You can also trim it. So this is my section line. Okay. This is at an angle of 45 degree. I have to show that angle. It contains marks as well. Okay. Oh, this is not a line. This is the dimension extension line. Okay. Extension line पे dimension में ही mark होगा. You have to create a line and you have to then show the corresponding angle. Why is this 40? Okay. I have done a mistake here. Leave the X line. Okay. Here there is some mistakes that are happening. I will simply what I simply do is I simply create two lines instead of some length at an angle of 45 degree. Okay, this is simple, more simple. I create similarly here, or either I can extend it. EX enter enter, just extend it, keep extended it till it meets the X value. Now this is okay. Now so that's why you have to verify your dimensions multiple times. Okay, keep verifying your dimensions multiple times. 45. Now it's fine. So this is my bisector line. Bisector line is to be shown with dash dot line, dash dot, and it should be a bit bold. Bold, not that bold, but not that thin also. Okay, bold, a bit bold. Okay. Now this is my rectangle. Now actually the section plane has cut it, so this upper part is not here now. So what actually is left is I am going to highlight. Okay. So actually left part is actually the cylinder is this, which I am highlighting. Okay. This, and this. So you have to also highlight it. I mean, increase the line weight. I'm using highlight for increasing the line weight. Not that much. This is enough. Okay. So this is actually my cylinder left out. Okay. So this is my front view. So one part is done. Front view is done. Now I want to create sectional top view. Sectional top view means what is sectional top view? And okay, sectional top view is this only. This is the sectional top view only. Okay, and section, whenever you draw the sectional top view is this only. Okay, you understand why? When you see it from above, you will see a circle, and that is circle is this only, this which is its top view. Okay, so it has the same diameter, and whenever you show a section, okay, you have to hatch it. Okay, you have to hatch it. If you are doing it on copy, then you must have drawn dash lines. So for hatch, you go to hatch option, or you press hatch and click here. Right now it is selected at angle. I need this ANSI 31. Okay, so this, it has hatched. Now escape. So this is my sectional top view. Second part is done. See, front view is done, top view is done. Now two parts are left. This is the important part: sectional side view and two shape of the section. So what I need to do is now I need to draw the sectional side view. So what I do is I'm going to create some X line here from here, and I'm going to rotate these X lines at 45-degree angle, and then I'm going to rotate them again at 45 degree to get the sectional side view. Okay, means I am seeing from here, this side. When I see this from this side, what I will see here, and when I see this from top, I will see this. Similarly, when I see this from this side, I will see sectional side view. And when I see this from this perpendicular to this axis, I will see the true shape of the section. Okay, so this is the logic. So X line, we are creating X line. One is here, and escape. Okay, X line. One is here, escape. We have to check correctly that it is meeting the correct point or not, because these two hatch or that line are meeting each other by chance. Okay. So itself. Okay. So I am done with creating the X lines. Now I will create a perpendicular line here, because I want to rotate these lines at an angle of 45 degree. Now I am going to rotate these till here. Okay. So what I do is, first I am going to trim So what I am going to do is I will use again X line. I use X line because then it will be intersecting the your this circle. Then it will be a bit harder maybe to erase it. Okay. So what I do instead? Okay, I have to use here line. Okay. I create a line that is intersecting at an angle of 45 degree. Similarly here, tab 45 degrees. Similarly, see zoom in. It is at a midpoint only. So at an angle of 45 degree. See zoom in at an angle of 45 degree. And now at an angle of 45 degrees. Okay. Now I want to trim these out XY line. Now I can use X lines as well if you want, but I'm not using them because I will have to trim the similar, so it will take me similar time. Okay, now I will extend these up to here. If someone is from chemistry sem, then they have already done this section. Maybe from physics sem, they have not reached to section till now, but don't worry. When you reach there, you can rewatch it. I'm doing the same steps. See, I am choosing these points, okay, where the section line is meeting here, so that I can get the corresponding side, sectional side view. Okay, you will see what sectional side view look like right now. Just a minute. Okay, I am done with all the sections. So here, now the easy part, points, specifying the points. So we have G coming from here, and you also mark these A dash B dash here. Okay, A dash B dash E dash. Okay. So I just take these A dash, copy it, paste it here also. You can mark it for your reference, or you don't need to mark it. Okay. So here, okay. I can see from here. Okay, this is A dash. So corresponding to A dash, we have A here. So this is the point A. Okay, A dash. So I am going to copy this and place this A dash here, here. Or first I need to mark the points. This is A, first point. Next B, where is B? Find out B. B is on this line, and from here this B is coming from this. So I mark this. Next is C. C is coming from where? Here. And here from here C was coming in the last line. Okay. From similarly, you will see that D is coming from here on this line, and from here it is coming from this line. So you just mark it. Similarly, you will find these are the points. Okay, I'm doing it quickly. Okay, you will find these are the points. So it will be a circle only. So what you do, how to draw this circle? You know, 2 point, 3 point. You can do center radius. This is a center, and this is a radius. See, done. So what is this? You might not be feeling what this figure means. Okay, let me bold now. Bold this figure. Whatever is visible, I am going to bold it. Okay, this, and this. I am going to bold it. I mean increase the line weight. I have increased the line weight, and I am going to change these line types. Okay, to dot dot. You know why dot dot? We show them by dot dot and increase a bit of thickness. Okay. Now you can see this is a section, and I told you that section should be hashed. Okay, so I'm going to hatch it also. Hatch, select this. It will take my previous setting, ANSI 31, close hatch editor. See, now you can see, you can now imagine, I guess, that this is the sectional side view. If you see the cylinder from here, you will see this shape. Okay, you have cutted the cylinder like this. You can imagine it. Okay, you have cutted the cylinder like this, so it is now up to this height only, and this is the cutted portion. So we are done with the second part also. Now the last ERTR. I think the time is too much now. I will do it quickly. You have to name these, okay? A dash, B dash, E dash. I am not naming it. I have named it in the PPT, okay? You know how to name, okay? A dash corresponding to these, corresponding to this line, this is A dash. Corresponding to this is A dash. So that's why I have choose A dash here. Okay, so you have to name it also. Now the next part is sectional side view. We are done, and true shape of the section. True shape of the section. I just told you it is perpendicular to this. If you see this perpendicular to this axis, cutting plane. Okay, if you see this cylinder, then you will see the true shape of this section on the true shape. Okay, these are the projected shapes. So I have to draw here inclined lines. Okay, at what angle? 45. So I can use X lines. I am not using X line right now. I will just from here. This angle is 45. So this angle is 90. So total I have to rotate it by 135. Okay, and take some distance. Any random distance you can take. Tab 135. So first I need to check if this is perpendicular to this. Okay, see, this is perpendicular to this. So I have created a line perpendicular to this. Now I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to move it. Oh, not copy, move it. I'm going to copy it. CO. Select the base point as this and copy it here. Copy it here. Just zoom in because there are more chances of error here. Till here. Okay, done. Now, now what? Just close this for a second. Okay, leave it. Okay. So I want to see the true shape of the section. This section. So what I need to do is this length from 1 dash to A dash. From 1 dash to A is the length that I would be marking here, taking an arc here, okay, of length 1 dash A from here, because this is A dash point, so I will be taking 1 dash A length here and marking an arc. Similarly, here 8 dash B distance here on this line here, and one distance will be here. Similarly, here also two distances will be there, and similarly here also two arcs will be there, and here we will have one arc. So we will do that, and we will join this, and we will see how the true shape will be look like. So there are multiple methods. You can measure this distance and take a perpendicular line here and mark an arc. But you remember I choose only two precision. Okay, so if I measure it, it is going to show me up to two precision only, that 34.1. But inside AutoCAD there can be multiple. Okay, but we are taking only 34.1, so that will not give the accurate results if we mark like this. So what I do is I just override a line here. I just override a line, and later I will rotate it. See how I am rotating it. On here, here, right? Yes, this is cylinder part. Rotate this line by 135 degree, minus or plus, minus, clockwise, minus 135 degree. So where does the line go? We don't know. Okay, so I select it here. Here is my line coinciding this, but I don't know where is it. So I take a point here, and yeah, you can see in between a line there is it is showing endpoint. That means another line is overlapping that point. Okay, so I have marked it. This is my 1 dash A arc line. Quickly, I'm going to create same steps are there. Just see. Okay, I'm not going to speak here much. Move, create this here, rotate it by 135 minus 135. There is my line, and it is just intersecting too much here. Okay, I take a PO here. I take now 8 dash B, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Am I correct? Here. Select this, whatever arc length you created, move it where on this only. Okay, now rotate it by how much? Minus 135. Why I am rotating it? I have already calculated how much angle is this, how much angle is this. I already know. So I take a PO and I will mark it here. Okay, it's done. Now similar steps, just keep seeing. Uh, minus 135 and PO. Oh, see, I missed it. Okay, I am erasing it. PO here. Here there is some confusion. Right, I have got the correct point. Right. So which line I was on? This line. So I will be taking this arc length from here to here. Move it, not copy because you have overwrite it on this only, and you have to rotate it by minus 135 degrees. Okay, now mark a point here. Where is this point? Yeah, end point. Now just two more left. F, move it here, placing it, and I'm going to rotate it. Arrow, enter, and rotating it by minus 135 degrees. And just marking the point here. PO, enter. Where is my point? I got lost here. Here, wait, here it is. So PO here, endpoint. You see the rectangle should be there. Only then you mark this. One second. Right, I am doing correct. I think I made some mistake here. Okay. In some hurry, I did some mistake here. I had to take this length, not from here. Okay, right. Okay. What I did was this distance I have kept too close. Okay. You can keep it a bit larger. See, when I draw it earlier, I kept it a bit larger. So this distance is from here. Okay. I need to mark this distance from some a line here. Okay, I had to take an offset from here, so this is overlapping right now. But you have to take this distance, whatever I'm taking, 1 dash 1, you have to take this from here. Okay, you had to take this. I forgot to this in some hurry. Okay, that's why my this section will be overlapping this. Okay, so I hope you understand that, and you will do this just when you do the practice. So make sure you make a line after that from here, not from here. Make the distance from here to the distance, so that it is correct from here you can do, but it is overlapping, right? It will be creating problems. Okay, so now I'm not going to correct it right now. I'm going to show it here only, but you should not take the distance from here. Okay, that's why it is taking too close to the cylinder only. You have to take a line here, then you have to take the distance from here, so that it is at a distance. I made a line here and I forgot to make a line here. That's why I forgot. Okay, I hope you understand that. So this I have marked the point here. Now I take the arc length this from D to D. Now I move this here only. Now I rotate it by base point is this minus 135 degrees. Okay, and now I am going to mark the point here. These guys do understand that I have made a little mistake here. Not this is not a mistake. Actually, you have to take this length only, 1 dash A, but not from here. Don't mark this arc length from here, the cylinder. Choose a reference line here. After that, mark the length from here. I hope you understand. I will ask me comments, okay, right? After this, after I am done. Okay, now this is my last point. Just move it there, here. I'm moving it here. You should move it on the reference line that you draw here. Please remember that. So rotate it by minus 130 degrees, minus 135 degrees. Okay. And where is my line? Here. Okay, here is, I have to mark a point, end point. Now, this is not an ellipse. I guess this is not a circle. We don't know what it is. It might be ellipse, but it is actually not ellipse. Okay. But in order to make it, how do we make it? So here comes the spline tool. Okay. So here is the use of spline tool. You can see we will join these points using spline curve. Okay, not using ellipse. Okay, so just use the spline tool. Keep joining these, and here be careful. I have too many points here because of my little mistake. Okay, here also be sure to join the point only, and then you can end the tangent and close here. Okay, that's the close, not join. Okay, it will break the tangential otherwise. Now this is a section of this section 2 shape. So I have to hatch it. Press hatch. Click on this. Close hatch editor. Okay. I hope you guys understand. This should not be here. What I do? See, I just copy these. So that you are clear, because it is intersecting my cylinder only. I don't want that. Okay, I have selected this and also the hatch, and I am going to move it on this line. Here. Okay, so now it is okay. So you have what I was saying, that you have to make a reference line and then take distance from that, like I did the distance from here. Okay, so do that so that it is clear. Now how to mark the annotations here, how to do? You have to use capital letters, and that should be not you have to use capital letters here. Okay, you have to use capital letters. Capital A, this is capital A. Why? Because this was point A dash, and this is corresponding to A. So this is A. Now this is what? I just copy it first everywhere. B, C, D. Okay, this is not B, C, D. Uh, okay, this B dash. From here we are getting first H. So this is distance here. So this point is actually point B. Okay, why B? B is here and B is here. Okay, B comes first. So B, similarly this will be C, because it is like this now. Like here ऐसे ऐसे है ना सर्कल ऐसे. सो ए इधर है, बी इधर है, सी इधर है, डी इधर है, ई इधर है, फिर एफ इधर है पीछे, जी, एच और फिर ए. ओके, दैट्स वाई. So this is C. Just mark it like this. C capital, E, E, and F, and E, and H. Done. So now your question is done. Okay. Now the last part, after you are done with your exam, you have to do the adjustings. Okay, so that you can fit these all things in one paper. Okay, so first I have to create a block for my name. You have to write the name only here only. You write your name and your ID, etc. Things, roll number, maybe. Okay. So you have to do this thing and write. Okay, and here. Okay, so this is my name block. I want to keep it small. Okay, right. Now you have to fit it in an A4 paper. Yesterday I told you the A4 paper size was 210 by 297 mm. So create a rectangle. Okay, this is simpler. 210 by 297. Okay. So this is my portrait mode. Now one by one pick your drawing and adjust it here. Okay, I see that I won't be able to fit these all drawings. In paper also you will not get more than 4 questions. I am getting 5 questions here. So I will try to adjust 4 questions here at least, and big questions. So I am adjusting here. Okay. So just to move it. Okay. So this is getting very large. Okay, I can adjust. Okay, this is my solid. One question from line, I suppose, will be there. And move it. What I am going to do now is printing. Okay, so for that I am doing the adjustment on a A4 paper. No, this is not the paper. I am just adjusting it so that it fits exactly. And I'm going to adjust my question number 1 here. This is a small question. Somewhere. Just don't intersect the dimension of one or to another. Okay. So this is my question number 1. And next is, this is very large question. If this comes, then this don't comes usually. Section comes, then usually solids don't come or plane don't come. Okay. So out of these three, you have to take one. I will take this section one. I think it is looking good. I just select these and move it to a bit closer. Okay, sorry, my circle is not selected. Normal. Create a line here. See, I'm adjusting it clearly. Okay. Now TR enter enter. See, these are not intersecting anything, so the trim won't work. So you have to only erase it. I have adjusted it. I will make this short. I will make this short. That's why I was adjusting it again and again. You remember, right? This was the reason. So keep doing it since the beginning only of your exam. Otherwise, in the end, you won't be able to print and you will get 0 marks. Okay, without print, no teacher is going to check your question. And keep saving also. Otherwise, you will be in a big trouble at the end. Now I am going to move this ortho, turn off ortho. Okay, out of reach. Okay, so where should I adjust? Can I adjust it? No, I cannot adjust it. Okay, so I try one thing. You can do this technique in exam, but I want to print all of these things. So what I do is, I do here, this is my question number 5, and this is my question number something, and I'm going to rotate this question. Rotate it at an angle of 90 degrees. So my question is like this. The examiner can check, okay? Don't worry about this. But you have to present all the questions, right? Otherwise, no checking will be there. And don't intersect one dimension with other. Okay. So I guess all my questions are done. Okay, question number 5. What's this? 5 now. The 1, 2, 3. Where is question number 3? Question number 3 is not there. So I'm doing it. Question number 3 and question number 4. I have only 4 questions. 2 questions were for. Okay. So I think it's done. One, two, three, four. Plane, solid, section of solid, line, point. One, two. Oh, sorry. This was 3. This was 3. So this is 4. It was correct. I was correct. It was 4 and it was 5. Now I'm going to print it quickly. Where is my name? Without name, no checking will be there. Place your name in the middle somewhere. Now let's see how my printing will work because I am doing so much. So yesterday I am again going to revise name of plotter, DWG to PDF, ISO 210 by 297. What to plot? Window. Okay. Window is my this. Now you have to select window carefully. Here to here. Okay, I am doubting that it won't be printed clean because I am using too much. I can choose landscape. First, I choose portrait. Do the center plot also, and first I'm choosing portrait and previewing what I got. Okay, don't worry, this will be clean when it comes in PDF format. I can show you. Now I've got in preview. See, this looks a little better, I guess. Yes. I hope it is. So I'm going to print it in landscape mode. Okay, print it on my desktop. This is my first exam. Okay, it opens. See, it is clean. Okay, when it prints, it is also clean. Okay, don't worry about like it will get. See, every question is there, and you will get full marks, 50 out of 50. Done. So this was CAD, guys. Hello, is anyone left or not? It doesn't matter. कोई नहीं. They have classes. I took a little bit longer because this is something visualizing subject, but it requires a lot of explanation. Okay, you see. Okay, so how was it, guys? You can review it once. अच्छा कैड सब्जेक्ट कैसा लग रहा है क्लास में पढ़ा रहे हैं टीचर्स तो यू कैन पॉज द रिकॉर्डिंग ओके